Welcome, everyone. This is Todd Brow with Senior Insurance Marketing, and we're excited to have United American on our webinar today. United American is a company that, man, it's been around for a long time, and also this might date me a little bit here, but if you ever listen to Paul Harvey, he would always pitch United American, and it seems like whatever Paul Harvey pitched, people would buy. But without further ado, I'm going to swing it over to Dave Oliver, and also we've got Joshua Powell, and also we've got a testimonial from one of our agents that sells a lot of the United American as well too. So without further ado, David and Joshua, I'm going to let you tell us more about United American and why we need to sell United American.
Well, thank you, Todd. Good morning, and thank you all for allowing us to be a part of your morning here. I know your time is valuable, but we shouldn't hopefully take a whole lot. But yes, my name is Dave Oliver. I'm a Senior Director with United American Insurance Company. We also have Joshua Powell with me. He's the director also, and we're just going to kind of give you a presentation today and kind of hopefully, let you, we hope you do some business with us. So Joshua, why don't you go ahead and take it away and just let me know when you want to change the screens, okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, David. No, we're really proud to do this. You know, not only are you guys have a class act agency at Senior Insurance Marketing, I know a lot of the team there, and we're just really proud to work with you. And it's kind of cool because I came from the FMO world, and I didn't really use United American much. And I'm just truly scratching my head now it's like, I can't believe that we weren't. You know, it's one of those kind of best kept secrets. In certain areas of the nation, we're extremely popular. And then there are others that we don't have a big footprint. But once people learn about us, learn about our history, learn about some of our added value, they wish they would have got started. So really proud to be a part of the team here at Globe United American and to do this presentation with Senior Insurance Marketing and Todd. So yeah, we'll just get right into it here. So, you know, just talking about a few things, you know, we've been A+ rated longer than most have been in the Med Supp business. I know that it depends on who you talk to, if that's important, but at the end of the day, when it comes to your client, when it comes to your agent, you know, that's really important. And for us to be A+ rated for 40 consecutive years, for us to be, you know, the original when it came to the Med Supp side of things. You started in 1947, the leading writer of individual Medicare Supplement insurance, you know, and then you just look at a few of our breakdowns there. That just stands by itself to let you know there's a lot of peace of mind, you know, to be able to represent us. So really proud to say that, and we don't ever want to not mention it because it's very important, and it should be. And I think that most clients and agents, that means a lot to them, or we have to remind them why it's important. So national exposure, you know, we do a lot of good things as from the Globe front. Globe, as you know, is the parent company, was formerly Torchmark. Globe Life is the mothership, and, you know, we're the official life insurance of the Texas, the official, you know, life insurance on the Dallas side with the soccer. We're the official life insurance of the Dallas Cowboys. Why that's important is because it's just giving you that name recognition, showing you what we're doing out there, and that we're doing a lot of good things to help bring more brand recognition to you. You know, when you're out there and you're talking to your clients, who is that? Who is that company? Who's the shiny object we're talking to today? Well, hopefully they know Globe, and they know that we've been around along with United American just as a whole. We've been doing this since the beginning. So you can flip it, Dave. This is a really cool thing that I like to bring up, kind of our report card, or just a little piece here talking about our performance record. Medicare Supplement claims processed, 3.31. All policies issued within 4.63. Total claim transactions, over 5 million. Non-Med Supp health transactions, over 10,000. Customer calls serviced, 739,000. Why is all of this important? Why does this matter to you guys? We understand how hard your job is. And we know that if we don't have your back and we're not taking great care of you, taking great care of your clients, then they're going to be calling you frustrated. Hey, what's going on? Hey, I have this claim that's not been paid. What's going on here? Hey, I have this question. And you have the peace of mind to know that not only you can call our team, but your clients can call anytime and plan on getting very good service. So we like to throw that out there because that is a pretty important referral or pretty important thing to mention. So I don't know how much you guys know about us, but this is something that if you definitely want to earmark something that's very, very important, not that the other isn't, we care about paying you. We pay level renewals for the life of the Medicare Supplement insurance business. What does that mean? That means that we're paying as long as that policy is on the books. We think that you should be paid if that stays on the books for 34 years. You know, and you look at life expectancies. Look at your average 65-year-old today. You know, they're definitely late 80s, those areas, and you should be paid for that. So not only will you get the commissions that first year, you'll get the same amount each year that stays on the books. You're not here, that's going to go to your beneficiary. So just another peace of mind thing, and this is reiterating that. On average, a 65-year-old men live to 84. About 25% of 65-year-olds today live past 90. On average, 65-year-old women live to 87. So you just look at those breakdowns, and I think our next one talks a little bit about what that really means to you. People are living longer, and it's kind of a head scratcher to us why carriers don't pay longer, why they cut you off after that 6 years, why you're not getting paid. Because what happens after the business is on the books 6, 7, 8, 9 years? Last I checked, they still have questions, they still have needs, but you're not going to get paid for it. We think that's an injustice. And with that said, we want to make sure and take very good care of you. So very proud to say that I think we're the only ones in the business that do the lifetime level commissions. Definitely tell me if I'm off or if there's anyone else out there. There's a lot of people that will pay trails or pay a much smaller portion, but to pay that same amount, just look at the breakdown there using the UA renewals, $500 times 20 years. I think that's a very realistic breakdown too, equaling $10,000. Brand X, you pick the carrier, $500 for 6 years equals $3,000. So that's a pretty good reason to represent us and make sure that that's in your pocket to offer your clients. So that here's another breakdown for you. First year commissions, you know, $50,000 times 10 years. You know, you got the annual renewals of $500,000 there, monthly renewals of $41,667. This is an area that when I first got into the business, it was kind of amazing to me that carriers didn't do this. Even there was another carrier that was a pretty big name one a few years ago that tried to do this, and it just fell flat on its face. And it's very, very funny to me that more carriers aren't doing this on a regular basis, because as long as you have that business on the book, there is no reason that you shouldn't be vested from $1, that you shouldn't be getting paid every year that you have this. So this is an area that just we can't say enough about, can't sing enough about, you know, getting paid for the life of your business. Why would you expect any different? What do we have available? We have a little bit. You have the A, B, C, D, F. We have a little bit of everything there. The HD Plus, the HDF, the HDG, the LK, and N. You're going to see coming up our most popular ones are a little bit different there, but we have everything available for you. So 43% of UA's Medicare Supplement insurance policies sold in 2018 were Plan HDF. Well, there's a great reason for that, and I will very much push everyone out there, because I bet there's a lot out there that they either haven't done an HDF, or they just say, hey, the commission's not too good, or whatever the reasons are, they just feel like it may not be a good fit. What I've found and what we've seen throughout the history with agents and their clients is once a client has an HDF plan, they fall in love. They fall in love with how much it costs on a monthly basis. And if you want something that you can bring up on a regular basis, I don't think there's a zip code that we're not the lowest cost when it comes to our high deductible plan. So just a nice thing to bring up, and it might not be the right answer. But you see that Plan G, the 4.3, you see the other 3.45. So as you guys know, today's world is the Plan G world. with the F transition. But you even see the plan F, we did 49%. So it's still a very important part of our business, but you're going to see that shift, as you probably all have. I bet a lot of you are doing the G plans, doing the N plans, where, of course the F's still available. I still hear every day, the F's going away. But we all know that that's not true. It just has some changes, for the eligibles turning 2020. So you can flip there. We have a lot of good pieces that we feel it's important for you to be able to have talking points when you're sitting with that client. One thing I like to take a step back on this too is not only do we have good talking points, today's client seems very unengaged, seems very much so of, hey, Todd, just go ahead and do what's best for me. Hey, Dave, just put me in the best plan. Do what you do for your grandma. Do what you do for your mom, where they really do need some skin in the game. And when I say that, they just need to kind of understand, the basics of, hey, what does this cover? What does my Medicare do? What is the Part A? What is the Part B? And I know that it gets very daunting. I actually was just talking to a friend this morning who is with, one of our competitors, and he was throwing out some information. He just had no idea. But he is not unlike most, where we feel that sitting down and giving them this Part A, giving them this Part B is at least going to give them the kind of a little bit of a roadmap, because I truly believe that most people on Medicare don't understand. They have no idea what happens in that first 60 days being hospitalized. Hey, what happens here? Oh, no, well, long-term care is covered, isn't it? That's covered with my Medicare. I mean, there's so many things. Or, hey, I want that zero premium med sup plan. It's just, there's a lot of confusion out there. So what we tried to do is give you good things that you can actually sit down with them, review, give as a good leave behind, and hopefully be able to be their agent for years to come, because we're going to pay you forever with that. So monthly HDF rates. Well, I already alluded to that we are the lowest, but here is giving a little bit more value to that. You see our average. Yes, that's not incorrect. It goes down. It is a great plan for us. It's a great plan for the agent. It's a great plan for the client. When I say it's a great plan for the agent, they're going to keep that business on the books. They're going to have happy clients. They're going to get paid on it for life. The clients are going to be truly amazed because they're paying such a little cost. And you'll see in a little bit what our average expense is outside of that. Along with, there's a lot of misnomers when it comes to what an HDF plan actually does. So just to bring that up, what a great opportunity to say, hey, we have the lowest we have the lowest plan in any zip code. Yeah, it's a high deductible plan. High deductible F you see here listed, along with it's the high deductible G now, but we're right in line when it comes to the premiums. Our premiums are going down on that, which we love. Here's some other examples. We pride ourselves in not being the shiny object, not being the lowest cost in buying the business and taking drastic increases years to come. We want to price it right from the start. And we want to, if anything, it's a great thing to have to tell your clients that their rates went down. So if you look at those Arizona rates, you look at the Florida, you look at the New York, on average, how much that has decreased F versus the HDF side. So it's a pretty cool story when you can say, okay, we have an average here of a 1.2 decrease in Colorado. We have a 0.7, not 7%, a 0.7 in California, a 0.5 in Arizona, 6.9 decrease in Arizona. It's a cool messaging. Along with the HDF side, you don't see any blue on that. You see only the green. So we have done a great job pricing that product, along with what I'll say and what I think resonates with clients and even their agents is, who would you rather pay? Would you rather pay yourself, or would you rather pay the insurance company? So we'll get a little bit more into that too. But this is just giving you a little validity of what we're doing and how valuable that is. So United, this is a really cool slide that we came up with in Florida that just shows on average what's happened there with the rates on the F, the HDF, the G, the N. That's where our friend Dave Oliver is, and he's seen that and lived that for years. So that's pretty exciting to watch decreases be the norm on things. So you'll have to excuse if you hear a squeaky toy. We have a golden retriever that absolutely loves toys, and I think he's getting excited the louder I talk. So I'll try to pull him off. But hey, those are the fun days that we have with the interesting times. So HDF flyer, door hangers, sales tools for you guys. We think that these are a really valuable thing that you can, if you're going to an appointment or if you're in that neighborhood, and there are, of course, there's likely others that are that same age that you can drop off. You know, hey, seniors are looking for Medicare supplement options that you can drop off, whether it be sorry we missed you at that appointment, or you were just knocking on the door and they weren't available. So just a nice leave behind to prompt that call. Today, I mean, I think you guys understand this and you see this, but today's marketing is pretty amazing what all the carriers do. So I'm a big advocate for, you do have to be in front of them. You do have to show them you're in the neighborhood. You do have to, I mean, granted, I know we have a interesting situation, but it looks like the world's getting ready to open up, where I do think it's going to change though, you know, and I think Dave agrees with that too. We're going to have more of a social distancing world in general, but that can be getting in front of them doing things like this. That can be doing the screen share. If you haven't done this with the client, not exactly what we're saying here, but if you haven't gone through a MedSup or a Medicare 101 with your client on screen sharing, you should jump on one of our webinars that actually Dave holds. So one thing to mention, in addition to the great things that we were talking about on our MedSup side, is our reserve fund annuity. This is something that is very, very unique to us. It's very unique to the industry. And it is something that I have never heard a client complain about. The biggest complaint that they have is they can't put more money in it. So it is just, and our whole theory behind this was, okay, we're doing the high deductible plan. We're the best throughout the nation when it comes to the high deductible plan. How can we help that be even better so that when they have the out-of-pocket expenses, they're not being per se nickel and dime, and they're not having to worry about constant claims or different things. This reserve fund annuity, you see it's available on the ABD, HDF, the G, the HDG, the K, and the L. Guaranteed 3% interest rate, no lock-in time for deposits. So you see it is on an annuity chassis, but it has no surrender penalties. And this is how we filed it. So the lump sum for $50 lump sum or a 50 minimum deposits, 20,000 maximum lifetime. No startup costs, surrender fees, or commission loads. This is just a great way to automatically have their cost come right out of their reserve fund annuity, you know, such as their deductible on their high deductible G or their high deductible F. And your clients will absolutely fall in love with this plan because they can set aside that 20 there and leave it alone. And in more cases than not, they're going to have a nice little nest egg that's growing there that, hey, God forbid something happens, they have to use it for health insurance. Well, at least it's growing at 3%, and they're not having the penalty that if they need it, and they can pull it and use it for the health insurance, the health needs that they have. So it's a pretty cool thing that I've seen no one else have. Sure, there are different ones that may have different type of avenues, but nothing like this that you can piggyback with that high deductible or even other plans. So it's a pretty cool thing that this piece is a great one to help understand it, that we can send you out at any time too. You see where it's not available, along with additional products. Not only do we do an awesome job on the MedSup side, along with that reserve fund annuity, we have some other plans that we want to help you be able to cross-sell, such as our cancer plan. To mention a couple, I don't know if we have slides that go into detail on it, but we do have on other presentations that our cancer, our critical illness, our United American accident, that accident plan is an awesome door opener. And that's something that we definitely have to discuss later on. But we definitely urge you to take a look at that because it can be a reason why you set an appointment alone. Supplemental health insurance to the final expense to the juvenile whole life. All of those are very competitive and those stand out, and just giving you additional ways that you can help that senior client and also have a nice lead behind. So sales, marketing, and lead support, not only do we help with this free customizable prospecting list, we help with a lot of other things, but what is that about? What is this customizable prospecting list? Have you ever tried to pull turning 65 in your zip code or in your neighborhood or in your state for that matter? You can do that with our setup that we have an arrangement with Gemstone Data. If you already have a data company that you do prospecting with or that you pull lists from, definitely use it. We're not saying that ours is any better. We're just offering it because so many don't have it, and it's pretty important to have their cell phone numbers. It's pretty important to have their income, their ages, zip codes, birthday months, marital status, tobacco use. I love that because you can target market who you actually want to work with. Maybe you're single, or maybe you have had really good success with smokers, and maybe about our cancer plan that we don't ask tobacco. So it's pretty important to be able to target that right type of market. So just a pretty valuable thing that we actually provide for you just getting set up with us. And we keep going as long as you're doing business with us too. So it's cool additive. Happy birthday letter. I don't know about you, but I don't receive many. So it's pretty cool when you do receive something. So we do have a happy birthday letter, and you see it right there as you approach 65 birthday. Let me say happy birthday to remind you of the importance regarding transition to Medicare. That in itself, I would send that out. I would definitely send it out early because, as you know, most insurance carriers, or maybe you don't know, most insurance carriers start marketing to clients about 6 months in. So they're getting inundated with different carrier swag, stuff, confusion, and each one of them look pretty good. And you may not know what the right answer for. So I can't say enough how valuable you are, to be able to educate them, because if not, they're just going to pick up the phone to one of these, or they're going to be confused and they're going to reach out and likely make the wrong decision. So we have those birthday cards, along with we have the med facts. Look for this medical info in your glove box. Just a great way that they can kind of keep track of their personal information, the medications they're on, along with, I don't know if you've seen our memorial guide. This is something that still most people don't have. They don't have the breakdown of what are their final wishes, what do they want done, where are they going to be, what's the situation there for the kids and for the family. And that is not an easy situation, at least when you lose a loved one, let alone if you don't know what to do, let alone if your siblings are arguing about it, which it always seems to happen. So just another way to kind of help simplify it and know that that this was their wishes. So accidental death coverage, this I can't push this enough because it's such a great door opener. Yes, it's a small amount of coverage, but the way you can frame this, there's so many people that frame this in a way of, hey, I'm authorized to offer you this for you. See, we're going right into this, so it works out great. There's so many people that use this as an opportunity to say, hey, if you can sit down with us today, or quote unquote have a appointment, maybe it be a virtual one like this, maybe it be a phone call or whatever that may be, I'm authorized to give you this accidental death coverage for no cost for the first year, along with it cover your family. So that's a pretty cool thing that you can do. And you didn't hear me say anything about certain occupation exclusions either. So it's a great way that you can give a coverage to somebody that may not be able to get that coverage. You look at the top reasons for unintentional death: poison, motor vehicle, falls, choking, drowning. So it's a great door opener that you can use to open up other product lines, to make that Medicare conversation, to make that life insurance. you see the breakdowns there, 18 to 68 and a few other breakdowns. So free training, sales support, and agency building. We are committed to help you guys grow. We know how hard it is, like I was saying, and you have invaluable people like Dave Oliver on the call here. You have myself. You have many others that we're not just going to assume you know what's going on. We want to help you. We know you have a lot of choices out there. So we want to hold your hand throughout the process and make sure that you're comfortable and make sure that you're the professional that we know you are out there in the industry, because at the end of the day, if you don't understand it, you know you're not going to offer it. So we do have pre-approved advertising. We have the free training. We have the DNA team. Have you guys, I don't know if you've ever dealt with any of our DNA team, but they are amazing. Along with, that's the director of new agents. So when you get appointed with us, you're going to have not only us, but you're going to have a director that is going to help you get acclimated, help you know what incentives we're offering, help you with a lot of the things I've already talked about, like the prospecting list, with the different brochures, with the different product guidelines, along with how do I even get started? So we don't want you to not know what to do. So along with the incentives, you know, such as convention trips and different things along those lines. So we know how important that is. And I think you can challenge our training to anyone out there in the industry and see that we are offering a pretty invaluable, unique platform on a regular basis that you'll see a little bit more on the next couple slides that talk about our webinar training on a weekly basis. So you can, such as getting started with UA and Globe Life. So we understand how much you guys have going on. We know how important your time is, and we know that you may be doing other things while you're listening to this too. I totally understand, because I've catch myself doing it too. And you need a good reminder. Or, hey, that guy talked about this, this, and this. What do I do? I need a little bit more. I want to have a little bit more hand-holding now that I got set up. Well, great. We can help you with the weekly trainings on ordering supplies, on submitting new business, on introducing our ancillary products, on our websites, on, hey, how do I even get started? How do I even try to offer a piece of business? We help with that. And you see that on the Wednesdays and Fridays. It's talking about all of those areas. In addition, we have a lot more than that. So, you know, and I will say too, you can go to the next screen, Dave, is, you know, talking about this, we have trainings that we've tried to come up with in this very unique time with COVID. And I think you've all seen it, is people have been home and they need help with telesales. They need help with screen sharing. They may have never done it, you know, where your average agent may be, I think the average agent out there is what, 56, I think it is. There's, I'd say about half that aren't using or aren't familiar with those different tools. And even though I know this has been a very unique time, and I definitely don't want anyone sick, and it's been also, I think, a positive though, because we really need to get in touch with technology. We really need to do things like this with your, you know, with your clients. You need to do these, not the exact same thing, but I think you get my point of, you know, those Medicare 101s, doing those virtual seminars, doing those virtual meetings, you know, so that they're not having to worry about somebody coming in their home or going out in the public and catching something or doing something. So this is just reiterating what I said, is learning the sales process, how to pivot, you know, how to work your senior lead list. Oh, not only do we provide that, but we show you how to work it. Product training, cancer insurance, the final expense, the juvenile whole life, you know, the Medicare supplement. We have so many things that we definitely recommend that you sign up for throughout the week. And I think you'll see an extreme value of, hey, these guys aren't just throwing something out there. They're willing to help us. And not only are we willing to help, I have to give extreme kudos to Dave on a few different things, is this technology can be daunting to a lot of people. And I totally get it. You know, I know I'm 41 and I'm pretty good at most things on it, but there's still so much that I don't even know, or that I get confused by, you know, when it comes to these different screen shares and these different places and who uses what and how do you do somebody's electronic app, where Dave will help you, along with has webinars on a weekly basis to really help you understand what you're doing so that you're not tripping. You're not worried about, oh my God, I got to do this for the first time. How the heck do I even get started? So with that, I thank you guys again so much for your time, and I'll hand the baton over to Dave and thank him so much for being a part of this.
Well, thank you, Joshua. Great job on that, by the way. See, guys, that's why Joshua does that, because he is so good. But before we get into our e-app here, which I want to talk about for just a couple of minutes, we want to bring on a gentleman, an agent who's been around for quite a long time. I have known Ed here for, Ed, how many years have we known each other? But some time. But Ed wants to kind of give a little rundown about United American and his experience, what it's been. So, Ed, if you wouldn't mind, give us a little talk.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Hear you great.
Yep. Great. You know, I started with United American. I kind of got signed up with them almost accidentally about a little over 10 years ago. And I thought, I can't sell United American because it's too expensive, because I was selling on price, like probably many of you are. We go out and try to beat the competition. And United American, except for the HDF and G, is in a lot of states a little more expensive than the other states, but it's more price stable. So with a lot of encouragement and coaching from people at United American, I sold my first one and then my second one. And then I made the decision to just, at every presentation, always present United American. And I presented it with the fact that it's price stable and that Paul Harvey used to advertise it, and just everything that I could think of. Then I started getting examples of how the other companies would start out with a low price and then the price would go through the roof. And the average Med Sup, I think, people change companies about every 3 to 4 years. And I didn't like that churning. You either lost the client or you had to go back out and rewrite them with another low-cost company. So I just kept honing my skills on United American to the point now I have probably 95% of my clients with United American, and occasionally I have to revert to a Aetna or Mutual of Omaha or Bankers, Fidelity, or whatever it is. But I'm selling all the products, and I'm based in Missouri, which Missouri, our plan F and G is anywhere from $70 to $100 higher than the lowest cost companies. But by getting referrals and explaining the price stability, we still sell it. And the high deductible F is a great way to lead in because it is a low cost product. You can go to any doctor, any hospital. It has the savings account with it, which nobody else has. And I probably have 500, 600, maybe 700 high deductible products on the books. And over 10 years, I've lost 2 people. So I've never had another block of business that is that good and stable and stays on the books that long. In fact, I was having a discussion with some guys at CSG Actuarial a few weeks ago, and where they value agencies. And they said a United American agency, they will value not double, but probably 35, 40% more than any other Medicare Supplement block of business. So that's the experts in the business realize that the lifetime renewals are just incredible. I love United American's website. You can actually go in and see the claims. The online app is great. Dave's always available to help. I get a lot of, and I'm licensed in 21 states, and I didn't used to be, but I get referrals, and a lot of times the referrals are in another state. So I just always add the other state, and it just grows on itself. But I get so many people that come to me, they're moving out of Illinois or Missouri or Kansas to maybe Florida or another state, and the other companies are giving them grief over changing their rates, making them reapply. United American, they just call in and do an address change. It's so simple. So you get the clients that are going to retire in a warmer state. United American is definitely the one. No drug questions on your application. So you get the client that takes a drug that maybe another company would turn down. United American doesn't ask that. You just have 10 simple questions. United American has no age increases past age 80 on attained age states. So that's really important in that 75 to 85 or 90 range. United American at that point becomes kind of competitive price-wise. But I still have a lot of luck with the 65-year-olds. Right now, the Plan G, we're getting more competitive. And you can put a savings account with the Plan G. Nobody else offers that. So anyway, I won't keep you much longer. I just can't say enough good about it. So I went from 0 United American clients 10 years ago to 95% of my book now, and presented every presentation I do. So.
Well, Ed, that's great. Thank you so much for that. And Ed, that's a really good lead into our next subject here, our e-app. Guys, when I first met Ed, and that was back probably that 10 years ago, Ed,
Yeah.
how many miles a year were you putting on your car back then?
Probably about 50,000. I'm almost embarrassed to say.
I never met an agent who put more miles on his car than Ed. He was going from state to state to state to state to state. And of course, Ed kind of resisted me a little bit in the beginning on our e-app process here. But Ed, definitely drastic reduction in miles per year on the car, right?
Well, with all this going on, and for the last 3 months, whatever it is, I haven't driven any place. I've done all my sales over the phone, either mailing an app, paper app, or doing as many online applications as I can. And the first 3 months of this year, I was doing some in person, but I tripled my production. So
yeah.
I don't
And
know
that's
that
what
it's
most
all
agents
because of
find
that.
out too. Most agents find out when they get a hold of the e-app and they start doing the screen sharing and online presentations. A lot of them, think that their persistency is going to go down or whatever, but that's not the case. I remember when I first started doing screen sharing using e-apps for all my production within 6 months doubled. So I mean, I get that from so many agents that my production is just going up and up because I'm not driving everywhere. I'm not using all that wasted time. So Ed, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And let's go and segue into the iGo e-app present. Guys, just so you know, United American back about 7 years ago, we went out and we got the best of the best. We initiated a company called iPipeline, and they provide for us the iGo e-app. iGo stands for In Good Order. And some of you may have already seen the iGo e-app for some other carriers. I think they've got well over 200 carriers now that they use for the iGo e-app platform, but that's what we use. It's expensive as all get out, but it works really, really well for United American. It's a really stable platform, and it's very easy to use, and most agents just love the iGo app. And actually, last week, I'll share a figure with you guys. Last week, we did just about 80% of our business for United American on the iGo app. It's way above. I mean, most agents do use the app. Once in a while we'll get a paper app here and there, but about 80% last week. So that was pretty incredible. But anyway, the iGo app, I do run that. I've been doing that for, like I say, the last 7 years. But using the iGo app, it really is going to help you just reach more prospects. You're going to be able to save time, that driving time, be able to cut that out in a lot of cases. So you will be able to reach more prospects. And of course, be able to write more business. That's what I see from just about all agents that use the app now these days. And just also the app is a great platform. You will, when you use the iGo app, submit a complete error-free application every time, guaranteed. And I'll show you how to do that on either webinar or face or when we talk on the phone. When you hit the submit button for the iGo app, that case is in underwriting within 1 second. 1 second, the underwriter has the case and starts working on it. So it's a great platform. And so the policies do issue a whole lot quicker when you use the iGo app as opposed to paper applications. And just, of course, the bottom line, you just get paid sooner. And it's better for you, the agent, better for your client, and better all the way around. Okay. So the certification process is you got to attend to one of the webinars, either a live webinar that we do 3 times a week, or you can do the on-demand webinar we have for you as well. It just takes about 50 minutes to an hour, depending on the webinar. After the webinar is over, just take a little quiz. It's about a 3, 4, 5-minute quiz, whatever. It's a no-fail quiz. And then about 24 hours later, you'll be certified to use the app. They'll be able to have that link there on your portal, and that gets you certified to use the app. You'll be all set to go. Okay. Now, available products in the app. We have our reserve fund annuity, obviously. We have our MedSups, okay, MedSups and final expense whole life and juvenile whole life as well. Now, right now we are working, don't hold me to a time frame, but we are working on the cash cancer product to be on the app as well. So those 4 products are on there now. And again, just a great platform, guys. All right, the schedule for the webinars is as you see right there. We're probably going to delete the Thursday one because that's a real short one for life only. Not getting a lot of traction on that, but again, the 2 ones, Tuesday and Wednesday, and we do have an on-demand version, as I said as well. Now, everybody, Joshua talked about screen sharing quite a bit, guys. If you have not done our screen sharing webinar yet, you know, it could not be more important than it is right now. Right now, people don't want you in their homes. And I always say that the agent that gets good at screen sharing is going to be the agent that will be in demand and also succeed and even thrive in this climate we got going right now with this COVID thing. Guys, I have so many agents right now that tell me, you know, my production's actually gone up now, you know, with all this virus thing. And it's true. I mean, and a lot of them have. So remote selling with screen sharing is so important just to get the handle and basics on that. And it's just so simple to do. Okay, so I want to thank all of you for being on the webinar here today and this with us. And at this point in time, Todd, I think I'll turn it back over to you. If you got any questions or anything, we'll certainly stick around, see if we can help you.
Hey, thanks, David and Joshua. And also, hey, thanks, Ed. I really appreciate your testimonial. And, you know, basically, United American, a great company. And, you know, basically, if you want to invest in your health insurance when you retire, United American is the company to go with. Basically, it's a steady company. Had more, if you see a lot of decreases and increases compared to some other companies as well. So it's one for basically investing in your future, in your health and insurance needs. And that's United American. And feel free to give us a call here at Senior Insurance Marketing. We are here to help you out. We can get you contracted with United American. Help you out with any questions or quote or order supplies. Kelly here in our office can ship some supplies to you as well. And we just want to help you grow your business. And like I said earlier, and also Ed mentioned as well too, Paul Harvey would pitch United American in his talks as well too. So I don't see any questions or chats here. So I appreciate everyone attending the webinar today, and I'll close it like Paul Harvey would say, good day.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.